Wait, do you see the talk icon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I only see mine, obviously.
Yeah.
This is all in game.
Okay. Seconds. I gotta put on some pants.
You know I'm streaming, right?
Anyone who plays Dota without pants on is a champion in my book.
All right. Well. All right, everybody, welcome. This is a RD2L round
Dire
2
team
matchup
ban.
between two EST playoff champions. We are Power Trip casting. With
Radiant
me
team ban.
are my teammates Cam and Murdercat. Say hi.
Hello, and happy birthday, Murdercat.
Dire team ban.
Who is putting on pants? All right. So
Alright.
we did scrim against bottom-up gamers before the season started, and we did not win, unfortunately. So,
10 seconds
I
remaining.
mean, they are a good team, but on the other hand, Leave It to Weaver has definitely my
seconds
favorite
remaining.
team name plus icon combination by far.
Well, I was talking
Radiant
to
team pick.
Killuas, who's the captain of Leave It to Weaver, and they were saying how they were going
Dire team
to
pick.
try to draft to take BUG out of their comfort zone. So let's see. So they do that by banning the Death Prophet and Clockwork, which is Death Prophet is usually a first round ban
Dire team
sometimes,
pick.
but Clockwork's a little bit unusual.
Death Prophet's kind of been sliding down, but bottom-up gamers does like the hero, and they do also very much like the Bristleback, as we see by the first pick right there. So,
All right. And when
you know, an immediate Visage response.
do you think Visage is actually a response to Bristleback, or is I mean, it's just a good hero in general, right? It's not particularly good against Bristleback or anything.
Yeah, it's
10
not very good
seconds
against the
remaining.
Bristleback, but he is a very good hero, very versatile. I should know, but
5 seconds remaining.
hero is a lot of fun to play and does a lot of damage. It's definitely one of the stronger nuking supports, and actually,
Reserve time.
Soul Assumption does bring quite a bit to the table. Bristleback doesn't have that much mana, so if timed correctly, you can easily take him out of a fight. Dipping into
I don't
bonus
know.
time.
I don't know about this back.
Yeah.
It would be good if it looked like Leave It to Weaver were going for, and then they could take big team fights with big creep waves. Now it just seems kind of like a waste because they can counter pick
Radiant
against
team
it.
pick.
I mean, they're going for a lot of. They're going for some slows with the Venomancer Bristleback combination.
Dire team ban.
It's pretty good in terms of lane presence, but I do feel that they're gonna start to need some stuns coming up.
Yeah, I feel like they're better
10 seconds remaining.
combinations.
I think Bristleback is was
5
really strong when
seconds
people
remaining.
didn't know how to quite play against them for right away. But I think teams have adapted to
Reserve
playing against
time.
them. But maybe they've seen something in Leave It to Weaver's playstyle that lends itself to being weak against Bristleback. Seeing how they still haven't really
Radiant team
responded
ban.
to the Bristleback pick. They just went ahead and said, "This is the heroes that." These are the heroes that we play, and we're gonna pick them. So,
Yeah.
Visage and CM not particularly good against Bristleback, but good in
Dire
general.
team ban.
It's pretty easy to go against Bristleback. You just get a silencer, or and by silencer I mean someone who carries an orchid, or you could get like M or like a mana drainer. It's not a lot of options.
Yeah, Doom is also
10
very good against
seconds
Bristleback,
remaining.
but two of the better
Yeah.
heroes against Bristleback have been banned out already by
Dire
bottom-up
team
gamers with the Nyx and the Slark. Slark's very good against him just due to the stat steal and also just an annoying hero in general, so not surprising to see that.
And how about Weaver's bans? By Weaver, I mean Leave It to Weaver.
Right. They're pretty good. They can't unfortunately pick up the Vengeful, which would be pretty good against Bristleback, but they do have their two supports that they're comfortable on, so probably a good ban out from them because, I mean, VS Veno has been around for a
Radiant
long
team
time. It's two
pick.
of the better roaming support teams.
And they go with the Dragon Knight, which is something that Killuas mentioned that they do like running the Dragon Knight. It's one of their favorite heroes to run, and also one of our favorite heroes to run. It's it's great for early game pushing. If it turns out that bottom up gamers needs to rotate their mid out, they need to fill in that
10
mid
seconds
lane with
remaining.
somebody, or DK is just gonna take out your mid tower really easily
5
with that
seconds remaining.
level 6. And once he does that, he just rotates into the other
Reserve
lanes
time.
and starts taking
Yeah,
towers.
I think he fits well here just because he's super tanky. He's got a nice lockdown. It's a pretty good response to the bristleback sacrificing the mid lane altogether.
You think so, though? I mean, he doesn't himself do well against Bristleback, and he doesn't have that much burst damage. And Bristleback just does more and more damage if you don't take him out quickly. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's got a lot of that base armor though. So I mean,
Yeah.
when he gets slowed down, he still has like enough to run away, like enough tankiness.
Yeah, and that makes sense. It's either teams usually either opt to completely ignore the Bristleback and take out everyone else, or burst down the Bristleback. So maybe they're going for the taking out everyone else route, because Visage is very good at taking out everyone else, and so is DK. If you just stun and then everybody focuses, it's a pretty easy.
I think that's what they're going for.
A lot of reserve time being burned here. Leave It to Weaver's done a very good job of making sure that their draft is really vanilla. There's nothing to be looking for to counter it. All these heroes are just solid, good picks. So, bottom of gamers needs to either pick something that's going to be their comfort zone, or maybe pick something that's going to force Leave It to Weaver to step outside of theirs.
Well, they are running out of time. Yeah,
I think they might be.
Yeah, they go with the AA.
Oh boy! All right,
Team
so
pick.
anyone who's been watching some Dota lately has known about this Veno AA combo. This has been getting picked up tons, because the problem with Veno is always everyone walks away with like 5 HP. And if they're A ulted, they ain't walking away. They're going to drop into pieces, literally. They will literally rip in pieces.
Well, that is a good point, but how do you feel about their early game potential? If this is the
10
tri lane,
seconds remaining.
Okay, now I think actual silencer might be good.
5 seconds remaining.
Do you think Bristleback will be the on the tri lane or
Reserve
dual
time.
lanes, or do you think it's going to be a carry Bristle or an off lane Bristle rather?
I mean, that's the big question. I think bottom up gamers could go obviously a lot of different ways with that. Generally, I think this is probably not their tri lane. If it is, it's a little bit on the weak side, and Visage CM plus whoever Leave It to Weaver picks here definitely can beat it. But the problem is, bottom up gamers really doesn't need to win the tri lane, because they have amazing team fight with that Veno A ult combo. So like, Leave It to Weaver needs to pick heroes that either can pick up a pipe, they could pick up a heroes who carry BKB like the Dragon Knight, or the Gyrocopter. So.
Radiant
So
team
one thing
pick.
that I noticed about bottom up gamers draft that's pretty smart with the AA is that since I previously mentioned about DK pushing on his own, well, if the apparition hits level 6, he just throws an ice blast into mid, and it's really good at deterring pushes. Especially since DK loses his ability to life regen, which is
10 seconds
one of his
remaining.
strong points.
Yeah.
5
I
seconds
do feel like this
remaining.
is a pretty appropriate response from Leave It to Weaver, because this Veno AA thing, I don't want to say it's Slayer of the Month because that's kind of dismissing it, because it really is very strong, but they've got
Dire
a lot of
team
ways to
down.
whittle you down right now, and you're going to have to survive them.
And they're going for more team fight with the puck. And so we know what our mid lane matchup is going to be. It's going to be DK against Puck, where I think
10 seconds remaining.
you're not going to see a lot of kills unless Puck has some
5
misplay with
seconds remaining.
the Illusory Orb and accidentally using it to farm at the wrong time.
Reserve time.
But DK is really hard to kill for Puck, and Puck is really hard to kill for DK. So expect just some farming going out. Maybe
Radiant team ban.
Puck will rotate. But I think this is exactly what Leave It to Weaver want, because they pick a mid that will need to rotate because Puck is a ganking mid, and once he leaves, look for DK just pop his dragon form and take out mid tower.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah.
Yeah, around like the 6-7 minute mark, or at least put a
5
lot of damage
seconds
on.
remaining.
I feel like Leave It to Weaver definitely needs to be avoiding fights,
10
especially
seconds
early. They
remaining.
need to kind of get online before they can really deal with a lot of the damage from
5
Bug here.
seconds remaining.
And I almost wonder if the Doom
Dire
ban
team pick.
was almost a bait. I think Weaver's all right here, but time lapse does not remove the time lapse doesn't remove the ice blast. It doesn't remove a lot of things.
I think
I mean-
Weaver's awesome, just because they need the split push.
But they kind of have the split push with the DK, so I also feel like the Doom ban really currently doesn't affect anybody on their lineup. Maybe the Gyrocopter, but
10
I feel
seconds
like-
remaining.
I feel like we'll see a lot with this pick. I can't really talk
5
about it now without
seconds
saying the pick.
remaining.
It just seems like almost suicide to try to take a
Reserve
5-on-5 fight against bottoms up right now.
Right, but if those 5-on-5 fights come, I mean, Weaver's not going to last more than half a second.
So,
10 seconds
I
remaining.
mean, this is clearly going to be Leave It to Weaver's tri lane here, Gyro, CM, and Visage.
5 seconds
I
remaining.
want to ask you, level 1 with Gyrocopter, are you going to get... Actually, do you get... This is going to be a
Radiant
really
team
crazy
pick.
kill potential. If Crystal Maiden just gets a lock on them or slows them down, yeah, Rocket Barrage and Soul Assumption is just going to deal a ton of damage. And they go with the Bounty Hunter. This is, I think, Killua's most successful hero on his Dota buff or Dota profile. He's most certainly going to play it. And how do you feel like this fits into the
10 seconds
matchup?
remaining.
I'm a little
5
surprised.
seconds
There's not a
remaining.
whole lot of... Based on what bottom up gears have been drafting so far, there's not a lot of kill potential.
I kind of like the bounty hunter pick because they're saying they're taking a bold stance. They're saying we're going to kill you so much that we're just going to crush you with a gold lead, and then it doesn't matter if they fight 5-on-5. There'll be enough ahead that they should come out on top.
The one thing about the Bounty Hunter that I did neglect to mention, sorry to cut you off, but
No, go ahead.
Bounty Hunter does generally get a BKB, and that's very good against this team. Like, a BKB is probably necessary, and I'd even say a pipe is probably necessary on the Dragon Knight. And that's going to be really easy to get with the gold from the Bounty Hunter. Plus, if Bounty Hunter gets his BKB, like, he's going to dodge a ton of damage, and he's going to be able to dish out a ton of damage to these very weak supports.
That is true, but typically after drafts, I like to look at the
10
matchups.
seconds remaining.
And this is almost certainly going to be an aggressive tri-lane with Bristleback,
5 seconds
Venomancer,
remaining.
Ancient Apparition. And it's almost certainly going to be a defensive tri-lane for Leave It to Weaver. Anyway, let's introduce the teams. Cam, you want to introduce the Radiant?
Whoops.
Prepare for
Alright,
battle.
with that logo, we have Bottom Up Gamers. We have... God, of course you made me do Radiant. We have Lay Party Platypus Gem on the OD. I'm not going to say the text.
Yeah.
We have Loss on the Ancient Apparition. We have Bob Fuchsius on the Venomancer. We have Dim Sum on the Bristleback. And finally we have Lux on the Puck.
Alright, Murdercat, would you like to introduce the Dire?
Sure. On the Dire, we've got Kaluas on our bounty hunter, and we've got Higgis Yonandra on Visage. We got Invaders on Dragon Knight and Mid. Then we have K-Stigs on our Gyrocopter, and last we have Halcyon on Crystal Maiden.
And it looks like both these teams are running aggro tri-lane. Do you think that
30
it's
seconds to
Leave
battle.
It to Weaver is trying to dodge? Because it's almost certain they know the lanes that bottom-up gamers are going to run. Guys?
Exciting start.
Wait, Cam, you there?
Sorry, type.
Yeah, I was asking, do you know if, do you think that Leave It to Weaver is intentionally dodging, or dodging the tri-lane, or do you think they are just planning to run aggro tri from the start? Because if I was looking at the draft, I would almost certainly know that the bottom up gamers is going for an aggressive tri-lane, but they're going for a 5-man, I think, warding mission.
Yeah. I believe this potentially is an aggro try. God, wow. Let's